Leanne Johns, the little girl who lost her legs in an Easter car crash near her home in Middlesbrough, has been reunited with many of her school friends as they sang a song to aid her recovery. A recording studio offered its services in the hope that a personal remake of her favourite number would be a special tonic, and so it proved.
I wore my coat.
Leanne came to the Teesbeat studio in Stockton to help hospital radio show host and cabaret artist David Houghton Rowe sing her favourite song.
The dawn was breaking and the world was waking.
50 of her friends from the Zetland Primary School in Redcar joined in.
May I return to the beginning. The light is dimming and the dream is too. The world and I.
The 9-year-old from South Bank lost both her legs after being hit by a car which killed 2 of her playmates on Easter Sunday. Her school friends were anxious to cheer her up after 11 weeks of treatment at South Cleveland Hospital.
I asked her how the dinners were, because in the other hospital she didn't like it. I talked about school and how she would like it coming back. She said that she was doing all right in the hospital. She's nice to see me again.
Last night she said I won't sleep, she said, so I'm going to see my friends, and a teacher told me that they were excited about seeing her, so she was really excited.
And what do you think of making this tape?
I think it's brilliant. I think it was a good idea. And I think David, who's done it, I'd just like to thank him for it.
Well, I wrote to Andrew Lloyd Webber, and he gave his permission for us to use the song. There were no problems as far as they were concerned, and wished us the very best of luck with it. And so that really was where the idea came from. We then hit on the idea of involving Leanne's school friends with the recording.
May I return to the beginning.
They hope sales of the £3 cassette, recorded free of charge, will help buy her a special seaside home.
The world and I, we are still waiting.
Let's hope it's a hit. Tomorrow, the Radio Authority will decide who gets a licence for a new radio station for the North East. The frontrunners are a consortium from Cleveland. If they win, they hope it's the first step to a new media centre for the North, including a 12,000-seat concert arena to attract top stars to the region.
There are 5 bidders for the licence to run the region's newest independent radio station. They'll be competing with independents currently dominating the airwaves, TFM and Great North Radio. The new contenders are Easy FM, Radio Northeast, Sound FM, The Mix and Heritage Radio. The Radio Authority say they'll give the licence to the group whose plans best broaden the choice for listeners, and one of the front runners is Heritage, who want to build a studio near the new University College of Stockton.
We are focusing very, very clearly on that gap in the market, the 30, 35, 45-year-olds who have a slightly older taste in music, and we're focusing on them. And I think also we're focusing on listeners to the BBC services.
Concert specialist Paul Dexter is working with them. Although they're very coy about the plans, they're hoping this could be the first step towards a prestige media centre, including a 12,000-seat arena on the Teesside Park site.
The radio station is sort of the kickstart to hopefully other ventures, media-related and live venue ventures.
But Heritage is by no means a foregone conclusion. The Radio Authority have made it clear they want to broaden the range for listeners, and they could go for something like Sound FM, who want to run Britain's first Christian station.
But a pioneering Christian radio station providing informative, entertaining and popular programmes for a Christian public throughout the region.
Whoever wins the battle of the airwaves, 2 million potential listeners won't be able to tune in to the North East's newest radio station until next September.
Now, the job of chairman of a major development corporation is a fairly lofty position. But today, the boss of Teesside Development Corporation reached new heights as the latest feature of the Teesside skyline was officially opened.
The sun was out, and fortunately for TDC chairman Ron Norman, there was only a light westerly breeze, for Mr. Norman was about to go up in the world, in a crate hoisted by a crane. His job was to fix in place the final bolt in a tower which will be used to display forthcoming attractions at the planned multi-screen cinema and bowling alley, part of the £20 million Teesside Leisure Park. It's reckoned that the leisure park will attract visitors from across the region.
Teesside's a very large population area. There's nothing around here, there's nowhere for people to go. So it's natural that a large site like this, with the cinema, the bowling, the laser quest, provides an all-round evening's entertainment for everyone. We're creating 40 jobs here on site. The cinema are employing a similar number of people. So it's good news locally as well.
The leisure park's open to the public from this Friday.
Flying high at Teesside Park there, rather him than me. Now let's take a look around the region with the Network North Newslines. In Harrogate, police are hunting 2 raiders who viciously attacked an elderly woman. The victim, who lives in the Leeds Road area, was punched in the face after being woken by the masked men early this morning. She was locked in her bedroom while the raiders got away with cash and jewels, as well as some dangerous drugs. In Cleveland, work is underway on a major environmental project to provide extra feeding areas for birds at Sealed Sands. The scheme, funded for English Nature by Enron Power at a cost of nearly £500,000, involves the construction of a tidal pond, which will extend the area of wet mudflats where wading birds like curlew, oyster catchers and redshank feed. Durham Cathedral's magnificent architecture has been captured on a quilt to help celebrate the church's 900-year history. The quilt's about to go on public display after taking 6 quilters as many months to design and make. The Allington House quilters are now giving it to the Friends of Durham Cathedral, who'll raffle it to raise funds. In North Yorkshire, Carnation, a middle white sow, has gone a long way towards preserving her breed. Carnation, a regular star on the rare breed stand at the Great Yorkshire Show, has produced her 2nd litter at Acaston near Selby. Until this morning, Mother was one of only 150 middle whites in Britain. Now, thanks to her, the numbers have swelled by 10.
Well, that's it for part 1, but we'll be back soon with the athletic prowess of the region's latest champions. We'll have some potential champions and the champion of the plant world that's threatening our countryside. Join us in just a couple of minutes' time.
Welcome back. Now, forget the Ashes, forget Wimbledon and the World Cup. I think we should. We may have given the world its most popular sports, but it seems we can't stop those uppity foreigners from walking all over us. But there is one remaining enclave of British excellence. The competitors don't need to be at the peak of physical fitness. In fact, the team from Darlington who carried off the laurels in this year's championship trained with pints, not press-ups. Here's Jake.
The Grey Horse Inn at Darlington is basking in the title of British champion today. An accolade it won over the weekend in one of the country's hottest cauldrons of sporting fervour. Yes, it was pretty warm in Bridlington on Saturday for the finals of the National Dominoes Championships. So liquid refreshment was on hand all day to lubricate the pursuit of a £3,500 prize. But at this level, the 5s and 3s expert is well advised to stay sober. One team who went, how shall I put it, 1 over the 8, was banned for life.
Due to overindulgence, what I might say. As a result of that, we've had to bring in a number of measures. One, we brought in stricter rules for the finals, which each captain has to adhere to.
There's something about the intensity of competition which makes the keen player forget his inhibitions. It all adds to the interest for the spectators. As end-of-the-pier attractions go, well, it may lack tourist appeal, but for the finalists, this is their moment in the limelight.
I mean, if you take half of my team and half of Billy's, I think we would take a lot of beating. And that's a challenge open to anybody that thinks they're good enough.
For the anxious supporters, the wait is almost over. Just 2 teams left, and at the end of the day, as they say, the one with most points is the winner.